Hey everyone. So I wanted to talk about my weight loss. I had a few people that I know reach out and ask me about my process, like what I did, how, like just they had a lot of questions for me and I thought I would kind of break it down. And I want to just kind of start off this video by saying like everyone's weight loss is different, and so like what I did may not necessarily work for you or vice versa, but I will tell you what I did, and I'll show some before and after photos and just kind of talk about my progress. But for those who don't know, I have lost 42 pounds, and this was something very important to me. I have always wanted to be healthier. I have always wanted to lose weight. I just was never knew how necessarily. I never really wanted it, I guess. Like I didn't want it hard. I didn't want it bad enough, and I never was really encouraged. And I was kind of down on myself, and I had a lot of self-doubt. And this summer, I guess you could say, I think June of 2022, I came to the realization that I was heading down a pretty bad path and I needed to stop what I was doing and change. So the first thing I did was I started to count my calories. I actually use an app called MyFitnessPal, not sponsored, but it was really, I still am using it to this day. It's a really helpful app and it's free. You just fill out a questionnaire and it gives you what works best for you, and it gives you, basically you have blank amount of calories per day, and you get to, it counts it for you and you fill it out each time you eat something. And that really helped me in the beginning because I definitely struggled with overeating. Once you write down what food you're eating, you're less likely to eat more because you're already like, oh, well, I've already done this I've already written it down. I don't want to write it down again. And you start to kind of get in the habit of writing down what you're eating. So I would say that was number one for me, was counting my calories, and that automatically reduced the amount of food I was eating already. Like that was number one. Number two is I drank a lot of water. I mean, that was really important too. It was like I didn't drink a lot of water, and I was always kind of dehydrated, and so drinking water really helped me as well. And then the third thing I did was I walked. I didn't run, I didn't do crazy workouts in the beginning. I walked every day for between like a half an hour to an hour. Now I know like that's sometimes a lot for a lot of people. So even like 15 minutes a day. I personally walked between 30 minutes and an hour every day for about 3 months. And I was very lucky to be in an area that had a lot of hikes and places to walk. Like once again, like even just like walking around your neighborhood, like that will help. So between like counting my calories, drinking a lot of water, and walking, and then a couple weeks into my weight loss journey, I started to incorporate basic ab workouts. And because I also, on top of losing weight, I also wanted to build muscle. And that was kind of another goal of mine personally. And so I would start to, and on top of my walks and my calorie count, I would do exercises. Not every day, but I would kind of alternate because I didn't want to hurt my body. That was another thing too. I was very worried about hurting my body, so I wanted to take it very slow. So I would do kind of every other day, and I would go to YouTube or even just Google like basic ab workouts for women, or like basic arm workout. Like I wouldn't just do abs. I would also do arms, legs, glutes, and then just became a habit of mine. So then I started to, while counting calories and doing all that, I started to really focus on what I was putting in my body. And I did a lot more smoothies. I wanted to get more protein in my body. So I did a lot more like lean chicken, spinach, vegetables, fish, rice. I also tried to almost entirely get rid of processed foods or like bagged food, bagged chips, bagged crackers. I tried to kind of cut snacks out entirely as well. And so those were like probably my top 4. Now, I didn't really start to notice my weight changed. Like I would weigh myself, but I would say the first maybe 3 or 4 weeks I maybe only lost a couple pounds here or there, and I didn't really notice a significant change until maybe like a month, maybe a month in, maybe a month and a half, not quite. But when I got my first 10 pounds down, that was like unbelievable. I had never really accomplished that before, so that was really encouraging for me. And that made me go, okay, I lost 10 pounds. I did it. I can do that. That means I can lose another 10 pounds and another 10 pounds. And like each time that I would lose a certain amount of weight, it would just re-encourage me to do it all over again. So that was probably the biggest encouragement. But like actually losing the weight and seeing it on the number on the scale go down, that was so powerful, so important, and it meant so much to me. It really did. I want to now insert some before and after pictures, which is both like kind of cringy, but also it's a really good way to see my progress. And yeah, so anyways, I will insert those now. Right, so we just saw all of those. Very interesting. Really the photos kind of show it all. Like, I feel like looking in the mirror like day after day, I don't necessarily see the progress, but seeing before and after photos, they really help. And that's another thing too, is take before and after photos, because they really, not only will they encourage you, not only will you be able to like kind of show, but I think it's a really good thing to do, is to take before and after photos. It's also almost like a weird way to be like, okay, well now I took this photo, now I have to start my journey. You know, it's like a very interesting way to like kind of excite yourself, but also have results. It's a great way to show results, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so that's one thing that's new about my life, and I just wanted to pop on here and share that with you guys. I feel like I use YouTube as like a personal journal and like a journal to like remember certain memories, and I definitely want to remember this, so I'm so glad that I'm making this. If you have any questions, comments, let me know down in the comments below. And that's so silly. And if you want me to do a part 2, if you want me to answer any specific questions, if you want me to go into like recipes or exercises or literally anything, don't hesitate to ask. And you can also feel free to like privately message me. I'll put all my socials down below. Like, nothing is off limits. Feel free. Like, I want to help you just like I help myself. So please don't hesitate to ask. And until next time, I will see you in the future. Bye!